What's up, Banter family? What's up, guys? Welcome to Crypto Banter. Big show today. We're obviously finally having a green day in the markets. And what is quite exciting is we see Bitcoin holding 200-day moving average, which, yet we had a nice little wick below. We had a nice little quick drop below. But the fact that we are still closing above it is a very good sign. And we can see that, this still basically creates good confidence in the market for us, because you can see how all the alts are starting to move, and they're starting to at least still continue the momentum that we have been continuing in this market, even though we had quite a quick scare. The only thing is, for me, obviously, this was very fast. So when it comes down to this, it is quite suspicious on usually a chart will go up, will take a little bit of time sideways, and then we will have a nice fall down. But all of a sudden, we just had this big red candle come out of nowhere. So my opinion, it was for the leverage. It was definitely a manipulation. It was to scare the retail out of the market. That's why it's important to be here every day. Big show today. We've got a few alts as well. We have dominance continuing to drop. And we have some massive calls, guys. So I think let's get the show on the road. Let's go going. Lukey, my man, get the intro. Yo. Get up, guys. It's not over yet. Yes, there was a massive scare, but we are not done with this. And we can see how the alts are moving. I am sad to say I still know the reason why I did it, but I've given up the bet with Rand. Looking at Solana and just seeing what this coin has done has blown my mind. What this coin has come through in the last month or so is absolutely ridiculous. Like if we have a look, let's get this lower over here. Guys, if we have a look at the weekly chart on Solana and where we've come in with Solana, it's just absolutely crazy on what this coin has done. And I'm going to get my hair cut for it. That's fine. I'm willing to. But this is not over. Do not think that I'm going to stop and that I was wrong. The big thing is, obviously, we got a massive push from Solana, but they are going to come at different stages. And the main idea of when we actually got into this was just to show you guys that, yes, I understand a lot of these coins can continue to pump and they can continue these massive runs. But always just remember that when we were speaking at the time, it was over here already with Solana. So for me, for someone that's brand new coming in the market, or anyone that's understanding, guys, you need to be very careful with buying coins when they are here. Because yes, it's obviously continued and it's had a massive run. I still have a little bit of Solana. Majority of it is sitting in ETH. But it's just the main understanding, guys. I'm still want Solana and I still want a ton of Solana. I just think at some point I'm going to get it at a better rate. And for me to FOMO in now doesn't mean that I'm not buying the coin. It just means I'm being patient for the price that I want to pay for the coin. I'm not just FOMOing in, because, guys, end of the day, what is crypto? What does it run off of? One answer, it's emotion. Clearly, purely emotion. Emotion wants me to buy Solana right now. Everything wants me to FOMO into these things. And this is what the market feeds off of, is purely emotion. So the main thing of this, and why I went against it and why I was willing to even take a trade on it or bet on it, was just to show you guys that we must always just be careful that I want Solana in my portfolio. But after we already came, when I took the bet, we already came through a 500% pump from Solana. In my opinion, at some point I'll get it at a little bit of a better rate, maybe a lot of a better rate. We'll see as it goes. maybe it continues to move. And I understand that. And obviously I'm filling my portfolio with the remaining. But the main thing is, guys, when you're coming in and you're freshly looking for good investments, it's about being clever as well with them. A lot of you did win 50-50, and I'm glad you have Solana. That's great. You know, and looking at that chart and looking at this one, you know, Solana's already sitting over here. Let's just zoom out here. This is where Solana's already sitting. So for me, I got to be a bit more patient with my trade, and it hasn't attacked as strong as Solana, but I still understand where I'm buying it. I still understand where I'm getting this trade. I'm still catching it before it's touched all-time high, before it's actually broken and the euphoria comes in. Because remember something, yes, it's ETH. And I know ETH comes with a lot of problems now, and I think NFTs is starting to create a lot of things with ETH because it's absolutely ridiculous at the fees that are coming from the NFTs. Like I've been seeing, you know, $8,000, $10,000 fees for NFTs. Like that's absolutely ridiculous. I understand where the big downfalls are coming. And this is sort of something that I love with technicals as well, is even though the coins can have their sort of problems in that, you know, TA removes all of that. It removes fundamentals, it removes emotion. I just literally look at a chart and I look at candle prints and I look at, is this a good buy price action wise? And you can see that before that, you know, Ethereum came through a 700% pump in the matter of, if we have a look, 4 months. So Ethereum has done the exact same as what Solana's done before. And for me at the time, you know, looking at the two, I would rather be a bit more patient and then laddering in here and be patient and come back for the Solana trade at any single point. So just a little clarification on why I took the bet. And I will always stand to it, and I'll shave this head of mine, no problem. But end of the day, it's just about teaching you guys a lesson that where are you buying these coins in a cycle? So I think before we do get back into all of that, let's have a look at Bitcoin. Let's see what is happening with Bitcoin right now. What are we looking at with Bitcoin? Now, we obviously had the very quick wick, and it did hit a major support. It hit a really good zone for Bitcoin. You know, we've been waiting for 42 for a while, and as soon as we started pushing away, we thought, okay, maybe 42 is not possible anymore. And then obviously we had the big wick candle that just came out of nowhere. I see this chain is making a bit of noise here. Let me just lock that up. There we go. Then we obviously had this big wick that came out of nowhere, tested support at the zone over here. And the main thing is we've obviously closed above there now. Now, what I'm looking at with Bitcoin is I still want us, as I've been saying for the last 2-3 days, for us to hold 200-day moving average. We hold that, you know, history-wise, we've been through it. It's good. So yes, there's a little shakeout, and that makes sense. Guys, why would they shake something out? Now, previous dump, what happened? Previous dump, we first had 4 warning signs. We had the whole top. I wouldn't call it accumulation, but you know what we saw with price was we kept rallying, we kept getting somewhere, we kept getting rejected. Now, what does this mean? That means slowing down, right? Because look at Bitcoin previously, it just didn't slow down. It continued and continued and continued to move. And then all of a sudden we got to a stage we were just hitting this sort of top, and they like to call this a Bart Simpson. I saw a lot of Wyckoff theories came off at this sort of zone. You know, I don't care what the theory is. The main thing is we started slowing down. We started losing momentum. And the biggest warning sign was that Bitcoin came to this phase. And what do you see here previously? Bitcoin rallied up, there was a low, we rallied up, there was a low, there was a high, there was a high. So higher highs, higher lows, rallying up, right? Next phase, we went up, we made a higher low again, we made a higher high. Higher high, higher low. What happened here? Yes, we got the higher high, great. But for the first time, what did we do? Lower low. So that was already a warning sign for us. Now, we are losing momentum. For the first time in 6 months or whatever, we have made a lower low. And then what happens is if we make a lower low, okay, I get that, you know, it could be a shakeout or anything, but what's the next job for Bitcoin? The next job for Bitcoin is to get back to higher high level again. Because does it make sense if we're going up, higher highs, higher lows? That's what we want to keep. Now, all of a sudden, for the first time, we make a lower low. What will that automatically start putting it at lower high? And then we start to see, okay, now we are starting to reverse trend. We were in a trend where everything was flowing, higher lows, higher highs. Now lower low, lower high. And then we all of a sudden started the warning signs. Now, after seeing that and now putting it into where we're sitting with Bitcoin now, okay? Now, obviously, the first little warning sign is that we did make the lower low from the 19th, Okay, we still have this major low over here, which is important. But there we're going higher high, higher high, higher low. You can see how we're trailing up, higher high. And now all of a sudden, boom, we got the lower low. Now, what do we need to fix now? Now, what's still running this market? It's definitely altcoins. It's not Bitcoin, because Bitcoin on a TA view and even chart-wise view is showing a little bit of weakness at times. But at least the alt market is still giving confidence in the market and is still keeping it. That's why we're getting a big, nice jump today. But end of the day, the sad majority is when Bitcoin had this big $10,000 dump, what did it do to all the coins? Every single coin dumped. So the sad thing is, as much as, yes, the alts are running the market and they are still, they're the ones that are actually keeping confidence in the market. Let's just go back here and clean up the charts. There we go. Now, the thing is now with Bitcoin is we know that, yes, the confidence is with the alts and the alts are completely popping. But the main thing is if things really go ugly and really go dirty in this market, Bitcoin pulls everything down, which means now looking at that, we just got to understand that why we've been saying a little bit of patience the last day or two. Because of this now, we finally got in a low point of view and we finally showed a little bit of weakness. Now, what do we need that we didn't get over here? We need Bitcoin to chase for that higher high now, guys. It is so important now for Bitcoin to slowly, we don't want it to do it fast. If it goes fast, it's another trick and it will come down again and it will catch everyone again. Why? Because people are pissed off. People are upset because they all got liquidated. Guys, I saw there was a couple messages on Twitter where Sheldon, I got liquidated. Guys, why the hell are you trading leverage? I mean, you're not learning that they are out to hunt leverage. They're going to kill you. As much as you try in this market, the leverage guys are going to get destroyed. You're going to make money at times, but they're going to catch you because why? Because everything goes easy for a while, which means now I'm making money. Okay, cool. I find the recipe. Okay, I'm making money with leverage, And then you start getting comfortable and you start putting stop losses. If you're trading leverage without a stop loss or you're trading these things without a stop loss, guess what happens one of these days? Boom. So all your hard work you just worked for now, the last 3 months or last 2 months will get shaken out in one day. That's leverage because they know that. Remember, who else, as much as it's manipulated and as much as, we can say what it is that created this candle, leverage was the main reason for it. Who would do that? Exchanges. Exchanges are a big part of this as well. Why? Because they see all the liquidity flow. They see all of that. And when it gets overheated, they shake you out. So if you are trading leverage and you have lost your money and you didn't put a stop loss, I don't feel bad for you. And it's definitely not our fault for you losing money on leverage. So make sure, guys, if you come in and you want to learn leverage, 1% of your portfolio, and you better know what you're doing. You better have rules and you better be a skilled trader. If you're going to come in new and you're going to play leverage, it's going to eat you, it's going to stump you, and I'm not going to feel sorry for you because remember, this market is here to destroy the leverage. It's there to absolutely, it's like fishing. They're going to give you the bait, they're going to bait you, and eventually they're going to catch you and they're going to nail you in. This is a system designed to take your money from you. It's very, very simple. It's a money system. So that was obviously a big cause of that big candle. So guys, Bitcoin, I would like us to slow down. While we're slowing down, we can still see that dominance is still doing what it needs to do. Dominance collapsing. Great. So we know that there's still confidence. And right now, the big sign that if there's another correction that Bitcoin can possibly go to 40K, it will be this indicator over here. It will be this trend over here because we could see as soon as the markets turned, we had a big wick from dominance. So this is our main indicator on when we know, we could go possibly lower than what we made the other day, or we can go down and test those lows again. So this dominance is definitely our indicator. And right now, what I would like to see Bitcoin do is slowly move its way up, and hopefully by next week, we start crashing through and we get that higher high. The problem is if we don't get the higher high and we come, let's say, to 50, and we start slowing down and we can see RSIs, because if we have a look where the RSIs are sitting, the daily's still going to make its way down a bit more on stochastic. That's why I'm saying it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take another day or two in the zone over here, and then all of a sudden we'll start making the momentum up and we'll get the cross in the two RSIs at the bottom over here, and the bulls will now try to fight back. Now, what they don't usually do is on dumps. They don't usually double dump. They'll usually dump, like you can see over here. Let me just clear this, guys. It looks a bit messy. There we go. Now, same over here. They won't just double dump straight away. They will dump, the bulls will try, and if it doesn't get where it needs to do, they'll dump again. So that's exactly what we need to see for Bitcoin. And the reason why I'm just going through Bitcoin a bit more today is because, guys, if Bitcoin doesn't do what it needs to do, it can turn all these alts around, which means at some point it might be a good idea to turn some, we'll see how the bulls react to this, to turn some of our alts back into Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin falls 10, 20%, alts fall 30, 40%. And just meaning that you're going to make more altcoins by holding the Bitcoin, because the alts are going to fall a lot harder. And when it's time to go bullish again, we know the alts are going to be the ones that bounce first, which means now I take my Bitcoin and I go back into the alts. I get more alts than what I had previously, which means my gains will be bigger for the next move. If you are in for 2 months gains in crypto, you're going to make it, but you're also going to get flushed out. Anyone that is not here for a long time in crypto gets flushed out. They leave, they come back the next bull cycle. They get flushed out, they leave, they come back the next bull cycle. So you need to be understanding this is a year 2 gain. This is where the market will always pay patience, always, and it will always flush out the impatience. So just remember when you are coming in brand new into crypto that this is a journey and you need to be a part of it. Otherwise it's going to flush you out, it's going to eat you, and it's going to destroy you. So Bitcoin, I want to see it break 53 in the next little push up, a little bit of slow time, make its way up. If we do start dropping at any point, I would, lowest, I would see us go back to the 42, maybe 42.5, maybe slightly lower than the previous low to shake out and then go up. But I do feel the bulls are going to fight first. And the biggest way is obviously the closing. As soon as we get a close under 200-day moving average, we can then look, okay, we might be going back to this zone over here, which means a lot of the alts, especially like ETH, will come back to the zone that it came to. The other ones like DOT will come back to where the wick, where it went to. Now, this is quite exciting with DOT. I think we've got a good understanding with Bitcoin, good understanding with that. Let me go through ETH and then I'll go through the alts now quickly for you guys. So ETH right now, it hit a beautiful support zone. It obviously got over-exaggerated, destroyed the liquidations. That's good. But ETH is still on the bigger run. It still looks really, really good. ETH didn't stop running for a while. ETH still came from $1,600 or $1,700 and went all the way to $4,000, guys. That's big gains. If we have a look, that's 138%. And now all of a sudden we get a quick 30% correction. So what I am seeing with ETH, especially the way that dominance is dropping, that if Bitcoin does make its way, let's say even to the 50K range and doesn't get the higher high, I still see a higher high coming from the alts because of that dominance. So I do see ETH going next now over the next few days. Take a bit of time, it can take the next week or two, but I do see it going and testing the 4-4 sort of region. And then when the market finally gets where it needs to get, we're going to start getting euphoria from ETH. It may take a little bit more time. We'll see how it goes. Remember, Solana and Arweave and a lot of these coins are already in euphoria stage. They already got the hype. They already got the FOMO. They got everything. The rest of the market doesn't. Ethereum doesn't just yet, but that does come. Because same as Ethereum, if I go back to Ethereum here, and we see at these stages over here, guys, look how long it took for Ethereum to get some sort of euphoria going in the market. Just started growing, little bit. All of a sudden, we started moving. So now eyes are looking at Ethereum, and then we start euphoria stage. And that's what I'm seeing next when we finally start breaking through and finally start turning the previous all-time high into support. Then we'll hit euphoria stage. And I'm still seeing a $12,000 to a $14,000 to a $20,000 Ethereum on this next bull cycle, which can be the next 6 months, can be the next year. We'll see as we go. Now, looking at DOT, DOT is actually looking good, guys. For the short-term traders, obviously now looking to the 1 hour RSIs are getting a little bit high, so it may come down and test the 27.5 anywhere in this region again. But this is looking good for a nice little long to chase that all-time high. Because if Bitcoin does start to obviously chase its way where it needs to get and starts breaking the highs, DOT will be one that still pushes really, really strong. We can see it only just started waking up. And what I like about DOT now is it's also holding the 200-day moving average. So DOT, to ladder in a little bit in DOT now, investment-wise, obviously save a little bit more dollars in case we do come to the lows again. So don't just go crazy in, but DOT is still a big one for me. Going through Uni, see, that's not looking too good. What I do like about Uni is it obviously did hit that previous support zone over here, which is good. But I would give Uni a little bit more time. I'll draw the next trend in, be a bit more patient, and we'll catch Uni. I saw Link. Now, Link is, we're holding 200-day moving average. I actually like this thing that I did with the emotion cycle to explain how the move works. And you want to be buying disbelief phases. You want to be buying where, it just finally started getting a little bit of momentum again. People are starting to notice Link again, any of these zones. And the disbeliefs are these sort of phases before we start the next sort of move. So remember, Solana is now in euphoria stage. This is where Solana is right now. It is going absolutely crazy. It's just not stopping. Where a lot of the other coins are still sitting halfway through the cycle. And we know slowly through the cycle, we start to make our way up, we complete the cup, and then we only start the next cycle where we start this big rally. And I'm still seeing at least a $300 to a $500 Link coming from the end of the next bull cycle, any of that Link. So Link is still one, investment wise, I would ladder in a little bit now, even short term wise, a little bit now, stop loss under previous low. Remember, when we start getting into bull cycle territory, we want to be understanding that the ranges are bigger. So don't be looking at 4 hour, 1 hour charts. Be looking at daily charts, looking at weekly charts, look at much higher time frames. So let's go through here quickly. MATIC, guys. MATIC is a big one for me still. MATIC, I definitely clean up here. MATIC is one I'll definitely start going into now. Short term, even for the next week or two, I would save. So I'd go 50% in the zone that we're in now, and I'd wait for another 50% in case we do go test those lows again. But MATIC is big because end of the day, MATIC, I'm still looking at a good, let's have a look here, $4, $4.5 from MATIC, which is good. Let's go through here. I saw Cardano took quite a big knock. It did hit that $2 literally perfect. We missed the buy for now. Rather be a bit more patient because what I do feel with Cardano is a little push up and then I do see another push down to these sort of zones. That wick was just too fast. So I'd rather be a bit more patient. I'd love to catch it again. Remember, I want to buy a trade and I want to hold it forever. I don't want to have to buy and sell it. So by catching it by $2, you're catching it another 20, 30% off. Looking at XRP, you can see how I've started to draw up the sort of waves that I'm looking at with XRP. I am seeing, $2.4 coming from XRP. It's taking a bit more time, a little bit more patience, but this next wave, I am seeing it rally to $2. So wherever the low is and when the market finally wakes up, XRP is a good one that I'm looking at. Still very patient with them. Enjin is good. If I draw, let's put the right trend in there. There we go. This is good, guys. So where Enjin is sitting now, this is a nice little add to your box as well. So definitely looking good. And I am seeing this go to about $3, $3.5. GRT, beautiful. This is a really good RS flip. So GRT, I'd be adding more to my bags here. GRT, remember where you're buying it? You're not buying it in euphoria. You're buying it at a good zone over here. So GRT, I am seeing go to this level next, which is between $2, $2.2 in that region. So that's a good 100, 150%. Flow, bit weak. Let's have a look at Luna quick. So you can't buy this now, guys. It's, you can if you want to, just make sure you have more dollars to buy cheaper because even if it goes more now, I don't care. I'll catch it at a cheaper rate at some point. So Luna's gone. I saw a big one that's starting to look good too, is Aave. Reason why is because we're still sitting beautifully in support from these zones. So I'm still seeing, what's nice about Aave is I'm seeing the first push to the trend over here, which is a good 20% or so. And obviously what I want to see Aave do is slowly make its way up, break through, test, and then continue. So I want to add positions over here, and I want to add some more positions in there, that level over there. Solana, absolutely killing it. We're not sure where that's going to go just yet. We'll have a look. This is still, what I like about THETA, even though it's taking a lot of time, it is hitting these zones very often, and we keep bouncing here. We've been spending the last month here. Every time we hit these levels, we keep bouncing. So THETA, that's just showing me a lot of people, they're buying up all the dips that are popping up in these zones. So THETA is definitely looking good for the next push. I saw Atom starting to wake up. You could see why you wait for these support buys. I won't buy it right now, but I will give it a bit more time. Kusama, 200-day moving average. We're finally holding it. I would be buying the Kusama drop definitely. Stocking up on that. Look at Doge right there on the 200-day moving average. I'll be stocking up a little bit more Doge. Definitely. And FTM, guys, wow. Look how this coin is absolutely shot. So I do think it's going to go to about $3 on this push. It's very tough because remember, this is a red or black situation. You buy now, you can easily retrace to here. And the reason being how you know that, you can just test a normal wave there, 1618 at 82 cents. So you buy now, it can easily go there and then the next level, or it can obviously continue and make its way too. So when it becomes a 50-50% trade, it does make me very nervous. And yeah, looking at COTI, guys, COTI is looking good. 200-day moving average, beautiful bounce on here. I'll be adding some to my positions on COTI here, leaving a little bit dollars in case we go test the lows again. I saw Raydium from yesterday. So Raydium has done really, really, really well. And what's exciting about Raydium is, you're sitting with the all-time high in the region of 17. So if we look percentage-wise, Euphoria hasn't even started yet with Raydium. We're only 13% away from this. So when we start to break these all-time highs is when we really start to see the acceleration of the coin. So Raydium is looking good. It is a smaller part of your portfolio. Let's have a look. ALGO, where did this come from? Where did it come from? So with ALGO, guys, is it smashed through all-time high, definitely. And what I'd like to catch is RS flip. So if ALGO can come back to around, call it 1.7 to 1.8, then I'd be adding a bit more. I'd rather wait for it just for RS flip. I want to see us shoot up here, test here, and then continue and start the next Euphoria, sort of push the upward side. So ALGO is looking pretty good. So guys, remember something now, that there is a possibility at any point we can go test the lower lows. So don't go absolutely crazy. Investment-wise and where we're sitting, I'm very happy. It's okay for Bitcoin to go from 29K to 53K and then have a pullback to 42. Like, really? We've just grown so much, it's okay to have a pullback. So higher time frame wise, the big thing that I do want to say though, guys, where we're sitting at the market, I wouldn't have less, 70% of my money would be in long-term now, 20% in sitting in for short-term trades or for trading accounts, and 10% in cash. Definitely. What I have learned from the last bull run is to make sure that, yes, we're making profits, but make sure you fill some sort of cash portfolio. Not that we're supporting the crap coin. It's just for any big dips. It's nice to always have some gunpowder. It's always nice to have something that you can always scoop up massive specials for. So as you're making gains and as you're progressing in the market, make sure you are filling a little bit of cash. Don't trade more than 50% of your capital. Don't, because you're going to end up going to 15-minute, 1-hour charts. You're going to be trading too much, and this market's just going to kill you at different times. So 20% max of your trading, and the rest, leave. Get the right coins. Make sure you structured right. I wouldn't have more, make sure your smaller caps are 10-20% of your long term. Make sure your larger caps are a good percentage of that. Just make sure you're structured and you're ready for those things. And stop losses, guys. Stop losses should be on your trading portfolio. It shouldn't be on your long term. If you are going to trade your long term, you better know where you're buying it back, because otherwise you're going to leave it and you're going to end up buying a lot and you end up wasting your long-term actual portfolio. So your trading portfolio should have stop losses. Your long-term shouldn't at any single point, but the only difference is you need to make sure you have money that if it goes below your entries, you're able to buy more cheaper and you're able to average your entries down. And so it comes with a whole sort of strategy. So I think let's see how it goes. Let's see how the rest of the day goes today. We are going to look at doing microdoses. I am done now. We put so much time and so much of the team in the school now, guys, for the last month. I need to launch these damn masterclasses and I need to start getting them out there today. So that's a big part of me that I want to be getting out very shortly. So make sure you are subscribed to Microdose. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're following us on Twitter as well for any big updates. So then, guys, have a fantastic day. Have a great day. We will see you guys on the later show. Rand's got a fantastic show coming up. Have a great day, guys. Make sure you just have your right rules, your structure in play, and make some damn money. Cheers, guys. Have a great day. Yo, look the man.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, good, bro. Oh, good.
Some nice shopping there, man.
Welcome back, man.
Time to hit the exchanges.
Don't forget about the education. And then when you get wrecked and things happen and they want to learn again about education, we got to learn. Been through this before. We got to learn. Yeah, amazing, bud. So I see the next show is going to be a big one, huh?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see